Hello. This is the latest that I've ever recorded a podcast episode. It's 9:45 at night. And this is bedtime for me. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. It's a Friday night and I did so much work after I got out of work. Like I left work after working all day, mentally exhausting myself because that's kind of the nature of my job. It's not like physical labor, it's mental exhaustion. And came home and then just ran around and did a million things that like I didn't have to do, but I really wanted to get done before the weekend. So, and this is sort of one of those things, like I knew that I had to record a podcast episode, but I'm actually really excited to record this episode, but I'm also exhausted. So, I think it's fitting though for what we're talking about today because it's just chaos. It's just pure chaos. And I think that my exhaustion that you can probably hear in my voice is just going to add to that. And the more tired that I get, the more that I laugh. So we also have that on our side. So today, I kind of just want to talk about all the weird shit that we do as humans. From my life personally, because I've been spending a lot of time alone recently, which I don't know why that's so funny. Like when I said that, I think because initially, as I was saying that, I'm like, wow, that's really a loser thing to say. But it hasn't really been a bad thing. It hasn't been on purpose, but just a lot of my friends are doing stuff right now. Like one of my friends is in Europe. Everyone's busy and yeah, I've just been kind of like vibing myself. And then the more that I spend time alone and like go out and do things alone, the more that I realize that I just do the like weirdest things. And I'm pretty sure that we all do these things, or maybe some of these things, or maybe I'll just sit here for the next 30 minutes and completely embarrass myself. That's okay too, as long as it's entertaining. Let's get into it. So, the first thing that I notice that I do is whenever someone new follows me on social media or is about to. So, let me give you an example. Let's say that I meet someone new and we're talking and it's going great and we're borderline best friends at this point, even though we've been talking for like 5 minutes. And then we exchange each other's social medias and we follow each other and then we walk away. We're not necessarily, like, that person isn't necessarily immediately stalking my Instagram. You know what I mean? But you assume that, like, by that night or by the next day, they probably will take a glance at the Instagram. And what I will do is I will stalk myself to get that POV. Like, I have stalked myself so many times on social media, and I don't know if this just comes from the fact that I do it to other people. Like, we all do. Come on, don't even judge me right now. We all do this. Someone pops up on like your Facebook and you're like, oh, I didn't know they're on their third child. And all of a sudden you're like clicking on their profile and then you find their like ex-boyfriend's profile and you didn't even know that they broke up, and then all of a sudden you're like looking at his new girlfriend's profile. It's crazy. So because I do this, I'm just assuming that other people are also doing this to me. So yeah, whenever someone new follows me, like not all the time, because I'm not always on social media, half the time it's just deleted from my phone. But that case scenario that I gave earlier, meeting someone new, exchanging social medias, or let's just say someone follows me, but it would have to be someone that I know or knew in the past, because if someone random that I don't even know follows me, I don't do this because I guess I just don't care. But if someone that I knew from like middle school and I haven't seen in 10 years follows me, like I'll do this, but more so in the case that I was talking about earlier. It's more so if I've met someone in person and we exchange social medias and like now they know me in person and now they're going to stalk me online. So then I stalk myself. I'll stalk my Facebook and my Instagram and I'll go through every post and I'll be like thinking of it from the POV of that person. And the POV changes with each person, right? Like if this is a professional, then the POV changes. If this is a friend, then the POV changes, you know? The other thing that I do is every time I come to a stop when I'm driving, a red light, stop sign, or I'm driving through a parking lot, I turn my music down. Any other time that the tires are rolling down the street, my music is borderline at full volume. It's almost as if I assume that the fact that my car is moving means that no one can hear my music, or the fact that I'm moving means that like anyone who did hear my music or it didn't like my music or thought my music was too loud or whatever, it's like I'm driving. So within 3 seconds, I'm passing you walking on the street, or I'm passing your house, or I'm passing whatever, and you don't have to deal with that anymore. Maybe you were annoyed for 3 seconds, but now I'm gone. I'm driving. I'm moving. I'm out of your vicinity. But when I'm coming to a stop, it doesn't even matter if no one else is around. It doesn't even matter if this is a four-way and I'm the only person at the four-way. I turn the music down because there's something about, I feel like coming to a stop, and if my music is just blaring, then that's rude to the people in the houses by the four-way. But more specifically, if I'm at a light, for example, and there are people like to the left of me or to the right of me or on both sides, I feel like that's just so awkward. In my old car, I had tinted windows and like all the windows were tinted and they were as tinted as you could possibly be without being illegal. And so I felt a lot like I would still do this in that car, but I felt a lot more like no one even sees me. No one knows who I am. But in my new car, only the back is tinted and the front is, there's no tint at all. So it just feels awkward. Like I just feel like, and it's not even like I'm listening. First of all, I don't even think there's such thing as bad music because I love all, my genre, my taste in music is completely all over the place. Like, let me give you guys an example. So what I do, and this isn't the most organized approach to music, but what I do is I use Spotify, and anytime I hear a song that I like, I just like I heart it on Spotify and it shows up in my liked songs. And I've been doing that this probably for like 4 years now, and I currently have 2078 liked songs. And so then what I'll do sometimes is either the most recent songs that I liked obviously show up at the top, and this might be what I'm really into in the moment, like maybe a few songs that I found recently, and I'll play those on repeat, or I'll shuffle the entire playlist and there's no guessing what's going to come up. And some of the songs I'll be like, wow, I liked this before. But then other songs I'll remember from the past, and but it really throws my mood all over the place. Like 1 second, like Real People Do by Hozier will be playing, and then the next second, like Shake It Off by Taylor Swift is playing, and like I don't know if if I should be crying or twerking. Like I don't know what I should be doing. So it's a dangerous game when I do this because a lot of these songs go back to, you know, a few years ago. I guess 4 years really isn't that much time, but anyways, so literally my most recent liked song is Like Real People Do by Hozier, but it's a feature he did with nature, and I listened to it today, and it's literally nature noises in the background of Like Real People Do by Hozier. Okay, so if you can imagine this, just don't even try to imagine it, just go listen to it. Like Real People. First of all, that song is so beautiful. I don't even know what it's about. I don't know what the lyrics are about, but that song strikes a chord in me. And then if I scroll down a little more, B2B by Charlie XCX. Again, like we're going from crying to twerking. What Was That by Lorde. Yes, I'm Changing by Tame Impala. Don't judge me if I'm saying any of these like the wrong way. Good to See by Pinback. Such a good song. Anyways, you guys don't care. So I think my point was that I don't care. Maybe I do care what people think about what I'm listening to, but it'll always be like I'll be listening to the One That Got Away by Katy Perry, and like that's what'll be playing when I get to the stop sign. And then it's like I don't want people. I think what my real problem is that I fear other people's judgments way too much. Like I need to just accept myself and be like, screw it. You know what I mean? Who cares? Whatever. But I do. It'll be like The One That Got Away by Katy Perry playing when I come to a stop sign, and then I feel like people are looking at me like, what is she listening to? Or it'll be some like crazy like rap song that I hearted when I was 16, but I'm like vibing with it again because like I just haven't had the chance to change the song yet or something, and then I'll come to a stop, and then I feel like people think that I'm like really like I don't even know, into rap. So yeah, every time I come to a stop, I'm turning the music down. I'm not turning it off, but I'm turning it low. Low, low, low. Next is saying ow when literally nothing got hurt. So I will, let's say, drop a pencil on the ground and I'll say ow. Why? Like, why am I doing, and I know other people must do this as well, but why are we doing this? Because nothing, literally not one part of my body hurts from like these actions that are happening. Or like, what's another good example? Like, I'll trip. Oh, I do this all the time. If I trip, I'll say ow, especially if I'm walking with someone, because I feel like subconsciously it kind of masks it. And it's like, no, feel bad for me. Don't make fun of me that I just tripped. Actually feel bad for me because I just hurt myself. But like I didn't just hurt myself. And it comes out like immediately. Like it's not even considered. I'll just trip and I'll go, ow. But normally when I'm with people, I will literally say, wow, I don't even know why I just said ow because I didn't hurt myself. So yeah. Listen, you guys, in a world that spends most of their time on screens, I am all for a healthy escape. Whether that's just stepping away from the screens or getting lost in a good book for a while, we need that break. And if you're looking for that kind of escape, you have got to check out sarahcrownbooks.com. Some people are born storytellers, and let me tell you, Sarah Crown is one of them. From recording her first stories as a child to studying under top Hollywood story experts like John Truby, she has built a life around words, weaving thrilling narratives with depth and heart. With degrees in psychology, education, and law, Sarah brings a unique perspective to her writing, one that grips readers and just doesn't let go. Trust me, her stories are the perfect way to unplug and dive into something unforgettable. Her latest novel, All These Threads of Time, is the perfect blend of heart-pounding suspense and mind-bending time travel. Set in the 80s, when Sylvie Mitchell discovers that she can jump through time, she's determined to save her family from a serial killer. But the past fights back in ways that she would have never expected. If you love mysteries with a twist and time travel that'll keep you on the edge of your seat, this book is for you. And if you're looking for more than just stories, Sarah's Substack called A Busy Lady is your backstage pass to her writing journey. She takes you behind the scenes with inspiration, writing tips, and more. Whether you're a writer, a reader, or just someone looking to live a more creative life, A Busy Lady will give you the tools and motivation you need. Don't miss out on Sarah's thrilling books and creative wisdom. Check out sarahcrownbooks.com for more information on her books and Substack. That's sarahcrownebooks.com. In stories, we find ourselves. Another thing that I'm so notorious for this, saying I'll be there soon, or leaving right now, or on my way, when I have not left. If you get a text like that from me, I have not left, and you can expect me to be leaving in probably 12 minutes from then. So do the math from wherever, however far away I am to you, and add 12 minutes. Because if I'm texting you that, I'm probably really, really, really close to leaving, but I have this like false sense of time where I didn't consider how long it's actually going to take me to fill my water bottle with 2 plastic waters and then squirt a little lemon juice in it and then take my vitamins, and then I'll turn around and realize that my cat is about to be out of food, so then I have to give her food because I'm leaving for the day. And then I'll realize that I didn't water my plant and I don't want my plant to die. And then I still have to put my shoes on. And if it's wintertime, add another 5 minutes onto that because I definitely haven't warmed my car up and I definitely haven't scraped the ice off my windshield yet. So, why? I think it's out of like embarrassment and not because I'm probably already late. If I'm texting you this, I'm probably already late. So, it's more so out of like, haha, like I didn't forget about you. I am leaving, but really I haven't left yet. So I'm really sorry about that. But it's the human in us, right? Well, not in all of us, because I have friends who are just chronically on time. And I don't know if I envy that. I mean, that's cool and all, but I just don't know if I'll ever be there. This next one is one that I know you'll relate to. This has to be a shared human experience where this doesn't happen to me all the time. It's rare when this happens, but it's great when it does. It'll be like 11 p.m. It's usually like a Friday or a Saturday. And I'll get this random burst of energy to just change my entire life. It's like all the energy that I wanted to have all week, really. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's like it all just comes at once, but it's short lived. It's maybe 20 minutes to an hour at the most, because once I actually start doing something, whatever I've decided is going to change my life in that moment, I get so easily exhausted. Like I'm really into it for 20 minutes and then I just crash. And then it kind of creates an even worse situation because especially if this was something like physically organizing my closet or a drawer or something like that, everything just ends up out and then I'll just fall asleep on it or crawl in my bed. But now there's a disaster on the ground and I'm like this, like I'm a perfectionist. Like not, well, I'm definitely a perfectionist, but like my room isn't like spotless, you know what I mean? But it'll really annoy me the next morning when I wake up to a mess. I don't want to wake up to a mess. Like that just automatically, I feel like puts my day in a bad mood. I'm going to have to research the psychology behind why that happens because I've talked to so many people about this who have said that they get the same exact thing sometimes. And there's got to be something to it. Like something must spike in our bodies and I don't know. Or maybe it has to do with like the circadian rhythm. This next one happens to me at work all the time. And it's where I'll say like 1 second when in reality I need like 10-15 minutes. Like, and this is a difficult thing in like the working world where people like you'll be like most of my work is on the computer unless I'm in meetings and I will be very heavily involved with a spreadsheet or extracting a certain set of data or something like that. And from the outside of my office, like people don't understand what I'm doing. They just see me looking at the computer. For all they know, I could be looking at e-news. You know what I mean? But I'm not. And then they'll just come in and start like talking. And so I need at least a second to save my spreadsheet. But in reality, I was just completely like pulled from what I was focusing on and lost my train of thought, and in turn lost probably like 45 minutes coming out of that and then getting back into it when the person leaves my office. And yeah, I mean, this is something that I probably just need to work on how to approach this as a professional. I should probably just look it up, because there's got to be a better way than me being like 1 second. Because when that happens, what I'll do is I'll say 1 second, and then I'll just like stare at my computer for that 1 second and be like, it's like my brain has a malfunction, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do right now? Because I don't want to be rude to this person, and I do want to like assist them with what their question is, because then that will weigh on me. If I really say like, sorry, not right now, I'm heavily into something, then I'll know in the back of my mind that they're like waiting for me. And then that will make it harder for me to focus somehow on what I was focusing on. So it's like I just want to like deal with it right then and there, answer your question, send you on your way. But yeah, I'll say 1 second, and then I'll just stare at my computer like my brain is having a complete malfunction and be like, I don't even know what to do right now. And then I'll save my file or whatever I'm on and then talk to the person. And then, yeah, it'll take a longer amount of time to get back into what I was working on when that person finally leaves. And it's just like weird. Like, why can't we all just say it how it is? Why can't we all be like, hey, I'm really like not right now. Maybe in 5 days we can talk, but not right now. But unfortunately, at least in my experience, that's just not, I would just feel rude. I would feel rude saying that. So instead, I kind of just take the hit. Another weird thing that I do is when I put chapstick on or lip gloss or really anything on my lips, it ends up like after a period of time. And this doesn't happen every time. And I don't know what makes it happen or makes it not happen, but sometimes it'll bunch up in the corners of my mouth. And then there will be like a white kind of like line in the both corners of my mouth, like sometimes on like the top lip or on the bottom lip, but in the corners of my mouth. And it's from like the whatever, like the chapstick or the lip gloss just getting, I don't know, from me like talking or whatever, getting like bunched up in the corners. And I'm just so self-conscious of this because that's just awkward. Like my grandfather, he's since passed, but he used to have this all the time. So I don't know if this is genetic. I don't know if this is something that could literally be genetic, or if I'm just losing my mind. But my grandfather would have this all the time, and he just didn't care. Like he was like a 60-year-old man, no cares given. And I don't even know if he knew about it, because I remember sometimes my mom would have to tell him like kindly, like, hey, like you have something like in the corner of your mouth, and then he'd get at it and whatever. But my mom and I have talked about this together before, and like she's gotten it too before. So maybe this is legitimately just like genetic. That would be par for the course. But what I'll do, the weird thing that I'll do, is that I'll be so self-conscious about this when I'm talking to someone, but I'm also self-conscious about having like chapped, dry lips. You know what I mean? So if, let's say I'm about to go into a meeting, let's use that as an example. I'm about to go into a meeting, my lips are dry, I put chapstick on, right? I go into the meeting, we're 45 minutes into the meeting, I haven't looked in a mirror, I don't know what the situation is, because I can't tell without looking at myself in a mirror. Otherwise, I have no idea whether it's bunching or not. And sometimes I'll convince myself that I feel like it's bunching, and then I'll look in the mirror and it's not. And then other times I'll be like, no, I'm totally cool. And then I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, oh my gosh. So the weird thing that I'll do is that I will like wait for someone to like turn around, or like if someone turns their back to me or something, I'll immediately like take my pointer finger and my thumb and kind of just like go into like, oh my god, I don't even know how to explain this without sounding like a weirdo. Like scratch the corners of my mouth, if that makes sense. And, or I'll do it if I'm like talking to someone and then like all of a sudden like or like we're walking and talking and then they've like walked a little bit in front of me. So like I think that they can't see me like out of the corner of their eye, and then I'll do that. In front of people that I'm really comfortable with, like I really don't care. I'll just do this all the time. But I feel like that's definitely a weird thing that I do. Like clearly being human is just one long series of like doing the most unhinged weird things, but pretending like we don't, and just acting like it's all chill and we're all cool and bougie, when in reality like every person has their weird shit. So there's got to be more weird things that I do in my life, and maybe I'll end up doing another episode with round 2 of another list of just strange things that I do that we probably all do. But for now, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Ways to support the podcast that are really helpful: leave a comment on an episode, give the podcast a follow on, whatever platform you listen to it on. There's also an Instagram, The Lot of It podcast on Instagram, and new episodes every other Wednesday. I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.